Welcome everyone to the Nürburgring, the German Grand Prix today. First of all, Saberta will not be here by the looks of it. And yeah, let me remove the formation because it did not start it. Usually they're pretty quick with that, or rather I'm a bit early this time. And yeah, instead I will just, maybe it gives you a different picture into what is actually happening before the race is actually starting. And yeah, right now they're still sorting out the order, as we will get into the formation lab in a second. Meantime, enjoy this music and my bad voice, I guess, my really strong accent. Right now they are sorting out the, no, they're not sorting out the grid order, but they are checking if someone got damage. Usually at least one person gets damage at the beginnings of those grid settings, I would say. But after like 2 or 3 tries, nobody has damage anymore. Then we will start the formation lap and go into the race. Let me just pull up the starting order. P1 Alfie, P2 Seb, P3 Gabby, P4 Kimi, P5 Levi, and Mechanic did not do the qualifying, so he will start in last place. From what I know, the regulations are. Actually, no, he will start in the pit lane. That's was the thing. The race will be, get that one up, 20 laps, which should be like 30 minutes? I think 30 minutes roughly. And yeah, as we are starting the formation lap now, oops, let me just swap through all of those. Oops. Yeah. That is perfect. As we are right now with Alfie, I will try to do those overlays as good as possible, but because I cannot do them all the time, especially while swapping through all the drivers. And yeah, oh, Alfie going a bit jiggly with it, nearly spinning it on the formation lap, but even that would not be that bad for him, as Mechanic is kind of far behind. Wonder if something happened to him. Yeah. Alright. That should be good. Levi is really far behind from the rest of the people. Maybe he's took a spin there. He's going really slowly and has a... Yeah, he has damage. His steering wheel is sideways, but people are saying he got a puncture. So he will start from the pit lane, which is a bit unfortunate. Let's go back to the grid as they're warming up their tires. That's gonna take a few more seconds. As we are getting the green flag already while they're not even in the pit lane yet. 4 lights, 5 red lights, and we are green. Great start from everyone, pretty neutral. Let's go behind Kimi to see what's happening from the furthest back. If someone will do a dive bomb, he will go for the inside against Gabby. Nearly taking Seb as he got the puncture on our end. Not sure if he actually got one or not. As Seb is going wide. He is still driving fairly normal, I would say. So I don't think he actually got the puncture. Yeah, this is only on our end. Let's go back to Gabby right behind. If Kimi will take the opportunity to do an overtake, he will not. As Gabby seems to be not happy with the setup he's using. Oversteering all the time by the looks of it. As mechanic is spinning off track, should still be fine. Go back to the battle with Gabby. Actually, let's use a different perspective. Let's go to Zeb in front. Look what's happening behind him. As he goes a bit wide, touching the grass a little bit. And he's 3 seconds behind Alfie, so there's nothing to watch there. Other than that, it's pretty neutral. They're not going for risky maneuvers just yet. Because the race just started. We are on lap 2 now. So 18 more laps to go. As Kimi is going still strongly behind him, touching the grass some more. Levi does not seem to be happy with the car as he is 26 seconds behind now. Mechanic 36 seconds behind. Behind P1, behind Alfie. Now 38 seconds. They are losing a lot of time as Kimi, oh no, Seb, my bad, nearly pins it into the wall. But was able to keep it together. Going into the chicane, Kimi thinking about the move but decides not to do it. And is hoping for Seb to make mistakes and possibly ending up in the gravel perhaps. As we are battling for the top 3 places, Gabby being still quite far behind, but the gap can diminish within a fraction of a second. As he catch up like a solid 1 second now. As Kimi goes for the move on the inside against Seb. Pretty well done move. Alfie being 5 seconds in P1 now. So there's not much to see there except this battle right now. Let's go back to Gabby behind Kimi and Seb. As Seb nearly spins the car again. And car 21 Levy getting a lot of warnings now. Braking really late there. I would personally reconsider when you take your braking point. But he had a really strong start, starting in P3, now being down into P4. And the person who started in P4 is in P2 now. So it's a good qualifying setup, but qualifying is not everything, as you need to be also good in the race pace, which in my opinion would be more crucial than qualifying. As Kimi is battling with Seb down there, wrong person. While Seb is going for the inside move on Kimi, really make it stick. Kimi is staying on the outside. As Kimi will stay ahead by the looks of it. Except Seb going for the move or not. Still staying behind. Maybe going for the move soonish. As Gabby is right on the gearbox. Or actually no, he was not, but the time said he was. As Mechanic was now nearly 50 seconds behind. Took a spin perhaps. Let's take a look at Levy. Actually, let's see how lines. Yeah, he is not using all the lines, so maybe a lack of practice. Maybe a lack of confidence in the setup. I don't know. Levy in the meantime, also nothing much happening, but the battle for the... Oh, as Kimi goes around Seb. Seb maybe losing 2 positions at once. Now it's just a drag race. Yeah, Seb using DRS. I think Gabby should have also gotten DRS. He did not activate it by looking at the orange lights on the steering wheel. There's 3 dots on each side, which means the DRS is wide open. And yeah. So far no incidents yet as in crashes, but we still got 15 laps to go. We're at lap 5 currently. So we are 4th of the race there. And yeah. Mechanic being off track again. He does not like this setup by the looks of it. As we go back to Gabby. If Kimi getting followed by his Seb. Who will still battle for P2, P3 and 4th place. Is Alfie leading with an 8-second advantage already? Mechanic 7 seconds off track again. Who's about to get lapped by the looks of it. Let's look at Alfie. See how far Mechanic is behind him. Can we see him maybe going into this corner? He cannot. So let's go back to Kimi, who was battling with Seb. I'm sorry that we did not see the start of this battle now. We go to Seb. Kimi made it stick again, so he kept his position. Gabby staying right behind them, hoping that they crash out perhaps. And him getting P2 then, and then Levy miraculously getting P3 then maybe. You never know what's happening. Seb maybe going for the move soonish again. After those next two corners, DRS will be open for Seb and Gabby. Maybe a double overtake against Kimi. Depending on how much downforce Seb choose, I mean Kimi, they may be able to do it. As Seb deactivates his DRS again. I mean Gabby. Ignore those smokes, those are not lockups. That is because on our screen Kimi got a puncture, which he actually does not have. So the tire will lock up on our end, but not for him. As Gabby is going for the dive bomb nearly, but chooses to get out of it again. Mechanic 1 minute and 20 seconds behind. Levy still a solid 36 seconds, so he is on pace with the other top 4 people. But due to him starting in the pit lane, he will barely be able to get to them. There's a safety car maybe happens. As we know, the top 4 could make an incident. Or a mechanic who is not confident in his setup at all this weekend may also make a mistake. But since they're fighting all the time now, I don't really want to get away from there. Let's go back to Kimi. Who's pitting late now is 11, which is Mechanic. Is in the pits. He's going low. Oh. Yeah, he probably disconnected or something. This is Alfie again. Let's go back to Kimi. Seb goes for the move. Is able to make it stick. But Kimi will keep on fighting him. Going for the inside move. Seb locking up his tires by the looks of it. But keeps on fighting against him. And the touch. Yeah, that's damage. That is death. Is it damage now? He is still going strong. Let's go to Seb. Yeah, he may have gotten some minor damage by the looks of it. He is going really late there into the corner. So this damage is obviously not the full actual damage due to desync and lag. Some how should I describe it? Some damage is not real damage, like this one. If his rear wing would have been gone like for him and turtling that way, he would be not going so fast and he would have spun out literally instantly. As Seb thought about going on the inside, but going into this chicane is a literal death sentence if you are going too wide. Yeah, by the looks of it, they do not have damage because they're still going strongly. So far, only Levitt took a pit stop. Mechanic, unfortunately, disconnected. Why? I'm not too certain. Yeah. Maybe Kimi and Seb agreed to not fight that hard again, as Seb going off track a little bit. Gabby is still biding his times. As Seb is getting another warning for track limits. Timmy going really slow in that corner. So he may have gotten some minor damage, maybe to the diffuser. Let's look at Gabby right behind them. As they're now 17 seconds behind the championship. I mean, actually the not championship, leader. But the guy who won the championship, I think it's his second one in a row now. If I'm not mistaken. I could just take a quick look. I'm fairly certain he already won twice now. Yeah, Alfie is on his second one at least. No, his third championship. Yeah, he is a 3-time champion now. Or am I missing something? Let me just double check. As they're still fighting over there. And who was at 56 was what again? Timmy taking his pit stop now. Yeah. Other than that, not much happening. They're building some gap now. And yeah. Okay. Sorry for being a bit quiet. I was just checking something. We're halfway through the race, so it's a 40-minute race now. 10 laps done, 10 laps to go. Let's look at... I guess we can look at the level a little bit. Check it where Alfie is. Alfie taking his pit stop now. Seb is getting also in the pits now. What about Gabby? Also taking his pit stop. Making sure to not get undercut by Kimi, who is pushing to his limits to get out ahead of them. The question is, how much will he be ahead? If he will be ahead. Yeah, both did not have damage, so that was on our end only. Trying to get as quick out as possible. That's where Kimi is. Kimi is getting out ahead of them. They are not allowed to cross the white lines there, so they need to take the corner a bit slower. And yeah. As they're still fighting for the top, for the podium basically. Has Kimi got another punch on our end, but since he's not spinning out, he does not actually have one. Levi sitting 50 seconds behind P4, I mean 30 seconds behind P4. That's the total overall, should I say it, overall gap to P1. So let's go back to Seb. Actually, I think they're so far back. Let's give the other people also some screen time now. As Levi still hoping for that safety car to come. Pitted like 2 or 3 laps earlier. I think it was 3 laps earlier. And yeah, trying to take all the curbs, biting in the racetrack as much as possible. to still get some distance into them. Yeah. Maybe take another pit stop if there is a safety car. Meantime, let's also go to our championship leader, see how he's taking his lines there. Nearly like 95% perfect, I would say. Maybe we could have cut the curves a little bit more. As the number 9, which is Seb, gets a 5-second time penalty for track limits. Braking as always at the green turf there. As he nearly wins it. Let's go back to the people fighting there. Going a bit on the grass, maybe just for me, not for him. As Seb is closing into Kimi again. Going for the move at the chicane there. And Kimi staying behind him, going for the switchback though, into the last corner. As he's drag racing now against Seb, who will have DRS and Kimi not. Which will give him a comfortable lead into the first corner, making sure to not get dive bombed. Maybe braking a little bit too much as Kimi hits the brakes fully to not crash into Seb. Taking that corner really tight, going wide first and then cutting it again on the inside. As we are going to go downhill again. Making sure to not lock up your tires here, which is fairly easy at times if you don't have a good anti-roll bar and suspension tuning. Trying to maybe go for the move again. He's slowly gaining on Seb. But by the looks of it, Seb has lower downforce than him. As Kimi goes really wide. But is getting... Yeah, I was about to say that he's about to crash, but he's getting DRS instead. Maybe going for the move? But he's really far behind, which I doubt. Yeah, he will stay behind. But going on the straight with DRS and then maybe on the inside at turn 1, unless Seb is going to defend, which he will not. He did Seb get damaged there? He did not, so that's another distinct thing. But Kimi going on the inside at turn 1, taking back second place against Seb. Kimi still biding his time behind those two, hoping for them to actually crash out for once. Lap 14 out of 20. 6 more laps to go. As I got some information about mechanic where his game crashed. So he will not be able to race again. He will finish, yeah, I guess you could call it finish, in P6. But I don't think DNFs, even if it's a crash, will get points. So that's unfortunate. As Seb is going really wide there. Seb is getting DRS again. going maybe for the move in the chicane, he will stay behind him. Maybe for the better, because racing there is, yeah, overtaking is not a good idea there. As he will get DRS once again. At this point, this is just a DRS battle into the first corner. As Kimi decides to not defend again. Seb going wide, Kimi going for the switchback. But may have to concede it unless he keeps going for it. Battling for the first sector. As Kimi decides to keep going there. And Seb stays ahead of Kimi. Yeah. Gabby still staying behind them. Maybe he starts becoming more aggressive in the final 2, maybe 3 laps. And starts becoming proactive instead pro-passive. As he goes nearly off track, able to stay on the inside. But don't forget, number 9 I think. Yeah, number 9 got the 5-second penalty. So if Kimi and Gabby are able to save within 5 seconds of them, they are guaranteed on the podium. As Seb is fighting with his dear life to maybe get 3rd place. As Kimi may go for the move, he will. Squeezing Seb a little bit. He did not go for the switchback, but decided to stay behind him. Touching him maybe a little bit. Can hear the engine of Gabby already. That's how close he's gotten now. As maybe he will start joining the fight for the podium soon. Or if he just wants to have a guaranteed podium without any damage. As Levy is going into the pits with 4 laps to go. The steering wheel is a little bit sideways, so he may have gotten a puncture or hit the wall or something. We go back to Gabby. Maybe he will do the move eventually. As Kimi going a little bit wide, a little bit jiggly. As Seb getting the DRS once again. Maybe going for his famous move on the chicane, which he does not to do. But maybe on the last lap, maybe he will decide to stay behind him until the last lap. Take the move on the inside at the chicane to maybe hope that Kimi does make a mistake and crashes maybe into the wall. Because this barrier, as Gabby actually went for a move. I can't believe it. He starts becoming active now, realizing they are fighting for 17 laps now, constantly, and never made any major incidents to maybe even get P2 against Kimi. You gotta give the respect to Gabby for staying passive for so long. He is driving behind him for 32 minutes now, 30 minutes without the formation lap. And keeps his cool. I would have most likely already tried to do an overtake at least, maybe even 2 or 3. And fought for positions. But this is a valid strategy. Hope for the people in front to crash out maybe. Especially since it's about major points. P2, P3. And as Seb gets DRS and Gabby also again, as Kimi is squeezing him a little bit, that Seb taking Gabby trying to go for the move, but hitting the curb instead and maybe even damaging his car. And Kimi realized he has to put on his boxing gloves now. Actually become more daring. As he goes for the move against Seb, let's look at this perspective. Who is trying to go for the switchback. As Kimi will stay on the inside there, making sure he cannot get past. As he goes off tech a little bit. And Gabby still behind them. Hoping for both of them maybe can get a 5-second penalty. But only play to his advantage. Obviously they can still be appealed and stuff. But yeah, most of the times they should stay. Still fighting for that lead. Let's see where Alfie is compared to Levy. Levy actually got lapped already. We missed that one. Let's go back to Gabby, who may try another move. Maybe on the straight then. On the last corner. As he has to get moving because it's only one lap now. This will be final lap. As they are about to go free wide, Kimi getting overtaken by 2 cars at once. Will he fight against Gabby? Kind of 56 versus Kimi, and they are doing a spin. Gabby spun and lost out, but he may still be able to get that P3 because of Seb's time penalty. Let's go back to Seb, who may still fight for celebratory P2, which will give him still a 5-second penalty after that race. But Gabby is again 3 seconds behind him. Kimi is able to hold him up. If maybe Gabby that third place would be huge points for Overpower Grand Prix. I'm not sure how much it adds up to the Constructors Championship though. I would have to check that one. If there's a Constructor one. There is a Teams Championship. So this is the actual results now. Pocomo is in P1. APS is in P2. So Kimi gets more points against Overpower, which is still quite far away, for over 30 points, like 36 points to be exact. So there's no winners or losers from this one pretty much. As we did not. Oh no, I'm so sorry, there's one more lap now. But regarding the Drivers' Championship now, in the meantime, because not much is... I don't think much is happening anymore in this race. As we will see Alfie going into the second section of the race. Seb will not lose to be in the championship points. Seb will stay P2. Gabby will get into P3 in the championship. Yeah, he will get P3. David dropping down to 4th place, unfortunately. So yeah, as Alfie about to cross the finish line in a 35-second lead against P1. And yeah, Alfie won the race again. Will make this checkered flag. But this battle is still going on for Kimi and Seb. Actually, not that much anymore. It's Gabby. Wait. Seb! What happened to Seb? Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I did not see that one. May have spun again. So he got into 4th place. Nonetheless, even with his... Yeah, he got damage. I am sorry, guys, that I did not catch that one. As Gabby got over the finish line. And yeah. That is a bit awkward, but yeah, what can you do? As Larry finished the race, or did he? Should have finished the race. He's still doing pretty much race pace. But yeah. Anyways, Alfie extending his already won championship basically. And yeah. As Pokémon Racing #1, which is Seb, got a 5-second penalty. Leighton was 11 got 0. Okay, yeah. Only the car number 9, which is Seb, who finished in Prix, nonetheless got 5 seconds in the end. And yeah, that is the race pretty much. I thank everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my second commentary stream. And we'll catch each other on the last race of the season. Will be Velasco. I think, was it Velasco? I may not. Oh, there. Yeah, the Velasco City Grand Prix on June 29th. In 7 days. And maybe we still get a battle for P2, P3, and maybe P4 in the standings. Because anything is still possible in this last race, as 3 people are fighting for the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place in the championship. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Each other. Peak.